I go, it's usually someone American or someone who speaks my language and lives in that country and is very helpful. And in return, I have done some things for them. I've gotten them published in America, etc., etc. The reason I mention all this is because each one of them had a small area of the world which they knew very, very well and were willing to share it with me. And then I met David Downie, who fits my go-to friend in the sense that he helps me and I help him, but he doesn't have some small region. He has a region that starts in Rome, works its way up the Italian peninsula, through Genoa, up into Burgundy, and finally Paris. In 25 years, is it 25 years, David? He has written about 10 books, all of them better, more interesting than any of the ones of all his other friends. It was amazing, and I didn't know who he was when I first met him. I knew his wife. How did I know his wife? Because she herself is a very talented person. These are two very talented people. His wife, Allison, was my companion on a shoot for Sever magazine back in the 1990s in southeastern Turkey, for Sever magazine. They sent someone from Paris because it was cheaper than sending a photographer from New York. And I met her at the airport, and we worked together for a few weeks, and her pictures were amazing. They showed Armenians and Turks cooking together, showing food to bring people who have suffered tumultuous times in the past and bring them into harmony. Her pictures captured that. So I immediately started following her career, and eventually I met David. So this is the background of how I've met them, and I've become a huge fan. David writes a lot about wine and food in these different areas, but he does a lot more. That's what makes him so special. He has incredible accuracy with his one eye. As you notice, he's wearing a patch. He sees more than anyone. When you read his books, you see all this material that you just never saw on your own. It's really amazing. He is a culinary writer, but he's more than that. He's a historian. He's a storyteller. And he's a very good writer. Tonight, David is going to share some of his insights into two areas, the beginning and the end of that long strip that he covers from Rome to Paris. How many of you have been to Rome? Everybody. Remember the noise? The Vespers? The noise? He found 50 wonderful little quiet places in Rome that are miracles on their own. And the food, the history, it's just wonderful. The music, there's all kinds of things that he describes. And Allison, in beautiful color, does photographs to go with it. But it's Paris, the other end, that I know pretty well. I lived in Paris for 8 years. And the book really struck home for me. Why? You know what its title is? Paris, Paris. It's not just a book on Paris. It's a book on Paris, Paris. This is a very interesting way of looking at Paris. Paris is the way we see it, and Paris is the way the French see it. And he, living in Paris for 25 years, he has broken through. And when you read this book, as I did, and on every page I said, who knew? Who knew? I lived there for 8 years, and it was a revelation. It was really exciting. So, with Allison's crisp black and white photos, which you kind of look at black and white, you forget that when you look at black and white, you really look at something, and it fits with what he has done by breaking through the Paris Paris metaphor. So, telling you all this, I didn't really read what I wrote after all, which is much more elegant. I want to introduce David. Thank you.
After that introduction, I think I should just go home because it's too good to be true. Thank you, Paula. I'm touched and flattered. And I am colorblind, as you can see. And I'm going to do my best to read you some bits from the book on Rome. And if someone would be kind enough to loan me the book on Paris, which I left when we were staying in Petaluma, I might read you a few things out of that, but I also don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you.